Here we go. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. We are here once again this week, fresh off of the because the my topic for today is Reuben Vincent, and I had that on my radar to go. I had Reuben Vincent getting ready to go. I still have my Baby King out casino album review because my live and part of my initial reaction was taken down. So still working on, which I like this better this way. I've had a chance to sit with the album, breathe with the album. I feel like I have a really good take on what how I feel about the album now, and I think it really takes that. Anybody that gives you an album review like within a day or two after, that's a reaction. That's not a review. But I have that teed up. But had this on my radar again, no pun intended. Reuben Vincent. And this was I was working on this when the Ti 50 Cent thing kicked off, so that kind of took precedent. That just consumed everybody. Nobody was paying attention to anything else anyway, so I decided just to hold on to it. And I actually I want to do it. I'm just gonna do. There's two things out of this I want to do, and neither one of these are gonna happen tonight. I just want to do. I just want to highlight Reuben Vincent's portion of that on the radar cipher, which was incredible, incredible, incredible. Everybody, everybody that touched that stage and touched that mic absolutely killed it. And I want to do just tonight. I just want to highlight Reuben Vincent, but I also want to do a deeper dive because he just released a great body of work, really, really great project at the end of last year. Kind of went unnoticed, but not really for where he is. It's starting to garner buzz, but I think it should have gotten more attention than it did. I want to do a little deeper dive, and as you can see, I got the Queen City, Charlotte. I'm Charlotte tonight, as always. I'm been here for most of my life now, so I want to do a deeper dive into Reuben Vincent, and we go into that. We're going to dive a little bit deeper into just the Charlotte hip hop scene because when you think Charlotte right now, of course everybody knows Jonathan Kirk, DaBaby, but when I got here, you had there was a different. We all thought Betty Ryan was the one. He is to me still the one that we thought was going to pop, should have popped, and for whatever reason it didn't happen. But I think he did lay the groundwork and just make it possible for Jonathan Kirk, possible for Reuben Vincent to do what they're doing right now. And there's Mr. 704. We're gonna talk about that. That's gonna get into my deep dive where we just talk. It's gonna be a little bit of the Charlotte hip hop history, but also just showing love to Reuben Vincent, just talking about because I think that's you can't talk about him without talking about all those others too. And Lute, because Lute right now signed to Dreamville. He's the in between of Jonathan Kirk and Reuben Vincent. That's debate. If you don't know his real name, everybody here calls him Jonathan Kirk. So I just can't call him debate. I can't just keep doing that. So he's Jonathan Kirk for reference. So gonna do that deep dive, but I also just want to highlight, just go through that cipher again. I know many people have done it, but they don't have my opinion in the group that I'm gonna bring on the opinions of that group. So, but I still think it needs to be as many people that can highlight that, the better, because as we know, I'm 50 years old. I grew up on 80s, 90s, 2000, like I'm that era hip hop, and usually my contemporaries, my peers, they don't, excuse me, excuse me, they don't give anybody that's outside of their particular 80s, 90s, 2000s hip hop. They don't give anybody a chance. I'm always, if you know me, I know I love music. I'm always open. I'm always open to listen because if it's good music, it's good music. I don't care how old you are, when you made it, what era it is. If it's good, it's good. If it's not, it's not. So I'm a little more open-minded with that. So to see, and I usually, I get beat down by people, again, in my age group because they just don't think the quality or quantity is there. And this cipher absolutely tears away at that premise, at that notion. And there's more. There's some others that could have been on that stage that night, but they weren't there. Want to highlight that. Want to highlight, we talk about, there's been a lot. There's just a renaissance going on since 2024, 25, 26. You see hip hop it had a reset. And these guys, you can't have a reset, a full reset. Yeah, we have legacy acts that are doing their thing, but you gotta have some young blood come up and pick up that and just carry it. And I think it's in good hands. But the thing is, you gotta support, you gotta buy this, the people who are this level, this skill level, this quality, you have to support it and not let the other stuff, the junk, be what's popular and what's making money. So you gotta go out and support that. But with that said, I want to get into, I'm not gonna keep you long. I want to get into Reuben Vincent's his verse, his cipher. Like I said, everybody that was out there just killed it. But I want to QC Charlotte highlighting that first. We stay home first. So then we're gonna get to everybody else. And then I want to just give a little bit about his project before we get out of here, just for some homework for y'all to listen to before we do our deep dive on it. But let's get into his verse. I might stop a couple times, but I'm gonna just let it play through for the most part. It's not a lyric. I don't want to do a lyric breakdown, but there's a couple in there I might stop just to highlight. Here we go.
The next stop is On the Radar Radio.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please. Yeah.
Yeah, hey, third world, look, hey, I made a promise to God that I'ma get away with murder, purging through my scourges to this closed curtains. If this year the horse, then I am sovereignty at the Kentucky Derby, hunting headshots, hand cocked like my name Herbie. The feds watching the rinse do.
One thing I'm going to stop and just to highlight, because again, I'm not going to just beat this, but when people talk about the South, he went to Morris Park High School here in Charlotte, and the South is so diverse. It's so diverse. It depends on where and how you grew up in the Carolinas. You may lean north, or you could go Atlanta way. It just depends on where you are. But even outside of that, Florida, Georgia, Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, everybody's so different that when you hear him, because I've heard people like, I didn't know he was from the South. Why not? He's a lyricist. Listen to Lute. Listen to other people. Listen to J. Cole from this. But this we're not talking about Fayetteville. We're talking about the Charlotte Queen City boy. But yeah.
The heads copping my shit, hoes gobbling dick yum, it's Red Robin. I'm just a boy from the South, North Carolina. Moonshine and marijuana, causes of impaired personas. Grew up a screw up, disturbing the peace like Lute. Driven to make a killing, these ratchet give niggas tunas. Rappers remain my juniors, they wombs turn into tombs. I feel for them, they come out as stillborns, I steal more. Dawn of the dead, send a pawn at your head. You aim for the chest, make it in check. The king came to protect, the Queen City's my stepping stone, my stomping ground. 6-figure dreams, for
the Queen City's my stepping stone.
Up, I'm 10 toes down. Rookie who ran all the vests up out of the gym. It's nasty as black brims like birdie above the rim. The razor out of my grills, a sword that slice collars. With chains, hunters, VVS stone and top dollars. Beware sudden silence, that mean the killer's behind you. Heroes becoming villains, and some just die in they triumph. Teen spirit nirvana, you die and come to find out that ego and pride make small fish become piranhas. Before the notoriety and business was notified, I was at Mrs. Winter's chicken dinner was more than fried. Re up on a quarter ounce, had no super force and knives. Life wasn't giving sweet, so selling sour was glorified. And poverty slaughtered minds, sobriety hard to find. Crease spitting homies on T's, now they immortalized. The FDA and PDR just group crime organized. A televised truth, so we don't salvage the corporate ties.
But just listen to the flow. Like this is when I don't want to hear like this. I don't want to hear anybody, because mumble rap's been dead. Like that's been dead a long time. I don't want to hear anybody being accused of mumble rapping, of not having any bars, not having any substance, not having any like he has everything. And if you listen to that project, and I'm gonna play one song off of it. But if you listen to it, he has all of it. He's a good song maker. He's a lyricist. He has substance. He knows how to. You can't serious me out 15, 12, 13, 15 tracks, whatever. You can't be serious all of those. He gives you a balance. I think he is well positioned, and he is with one of my, and I failed to mention this up top, but he's with one of my favorite producers. He signed to Jamla Records, Ninth Wonder, one of my favorite producers. I used to try to chop up and sample like Ninth Wonder, couldn't do it, but he was inspiration. I love Ninth Wonder and just his artistic direction that he's given this young man. I think he's like one of those things to where with him and how he's rolled him out, he may not have taken off as quickly, but I think he is positioned for the long haul. I think he is building a long term. I think he's like 24, 25. He's still young. He can still do it, but he has a visionary behind him. So
I'm borderline Nas Barkley platinum hit single. Garvey's assessments with Tyson Beck for sex symbol. My beverage is stone and I penetrated the fetal. While I was destined at the Gannon, vowed to move the needle, aroused on instrumentals. Penetration consensual. I'm scrolling on my cell, TL, so on me minstrel. Blackface, cosplay while I black guys find faith in a tough pill to swallow. Axe Bill Cosby, like Andre. Some days I wanna go with the wind. Say fuck rapping, niggas don't hear my verses again. But then I quote Kanye like, who these kids gonna listen to? I guess me, cause it damn show isn't you. I am the Liverpool takeoff like ceiling rules on Billy Goose. Constant continental moves, stick and move, give me loot. Reminiscing the knives with the chipping tooth. Never doing what they do, huh? It's in my roots, nigga.
Again, killed it. Just absolutely represented. Like he represented for the Queen City, for Charlotte, for the South, for everybody. Like everybody that's. I think there was some other guys. There were a couple guys from Atlanta. It was we had the West Coast represented, East Coast. I don't know if they had anybody from the Midwest, but it was well represented. And like I said, I want to come back and just talk about everybody and just go over the cipher itself. Like I said, I wanted to end this on, let's see, his project. Let me start sharing. Yeah, here we go. So he dropped, I think this dropped in October, November, towards the end of last year. And it's called Welcome Home. And it's an incredible project. I'm just gonna play this because I'm not gonna, I do need to talk. I'm gonna have to stop it just because YouTube won't strike it, won't copyright strike it. But I've listened to it and I'm still diving into this project. I really like it. The more I listen to it, the more I like it. But this is one of those things, and this is a Ninth Wonder in production. Something that I like how he sprinkles in. He's pulling in, the older generation, the 40, 50, like the older hip hop with this. Anytime you do a sample like this, you're gonna, pull in a different crowd. So let's take a listen to one of the songs off his new project.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey. Gotta get it. Hey. Queen City raised the king. Sister Hornets can't do it. I gotta win a ring. My parents never married. I carried the flag of a lone star like when they was raised for they bad me. Please don't compare me to any of my peers in this. Like Shakira, I done shed many tears for this. I got God from my mom and the sins from my father. But I'ma break barriers like barter. I could've went to Harvard, but see I chose a HBCU, then dropped out trying to be Sean Carter. An NCAT passing blunts, dicking down daughters. Thinking to myself like I gotta go harder. Ain't nobody better than I ever been. Was heaven sent just to travel through hell again. They saying if it ain't trap, I'll never win. I couldn't give a fuck.
And I want to run it back. I may start it over just so y'all can hear. First of all, he dropped the Hornets. I'm gonna run this first verse back. I'm sorry. I was gonna get up out of here. I was gonna make this nice, short, and neat, but I have to run this back. And he gives me, and probably because it is overnight Wonder production, he gives me Little Brother, and Little Brother, like that group, like the Little Brother albums, the early 2000s, the Little Brother albums. If you were there, I can't explain it to you if you weren't there. You can go back and listen to it. It's gonna sound good to you, but unless you heard it when it was actually that time, you won't get it, fully get it. But go listen to it though. Go buy it. Go download it. Listen to it, little brother. He sounds a little bit like that, but he has this. He's got this thing about it, and he mentions in there. You know, they're telling me if it's not trap music because I'm from the South, it's not gonna hit. He's showing that that's not true. I'm about to run this back. We're gonna start this over. Let's hit this again. Let's
Yeah. Yeah. Hey. Gotta get it. Hey. Queen City raised the king. Sister Hornets can't do it. I gotta win a ring. My parents never married. I carried the flag of a lone star like when they was raised for they bad me. Please don't compare me to any of my peers in this. Like Shakur, I done shed many tears for this. I got God from my mom and the sins from my father, but I'ma break barriers like Barter. I could've went to Harvard, but see I chose a HBCU, then dropped out trying to be Sean Carter. An NCAT passing blunts, dicking down daughters. Thinking to myself like I gotta go harder. Ain't nobody better than I ever been. Was heaven sent just to travel through hell again. They saying if it ain't trap, I never win. I couldn't give a fuck like you celibate. It's evident that. Yeah. Hey, I got.
That's hard. That's hard. Like it's hard. The verse is by like the way you rap, like, but that beat, like that Ninth Wonder production and the way it fits. Again, I'm gonna just say little brother, but the new age version of it, Dolo. I want to that I can't. I'm excited to get. I'm sitting here thinking as I'm going through this, how I want to approach his because I want to give him more light than this. But I wanted to show that on the radar cipher, and I wanted to just throw something out there, a seed for people to go. You hear this makes you want to go listen to him. Like if you weren't familiar, and I'm not mad at you for not being familiar, but if you hear that freestyle and you hear this, how do you not want to go dig into his catalog and just listen to his bodies of work? So let's hear one more. I think we just hit the chorus. Let's hear one more verse, part of a verse. Then we're gonna get on out of here.
To get paid, no church in the wild if we trying to get saved. Hey, I got to get paid. Got family to feed, ain't no time to be afraid. Hey, and I still need a lot of dough, lot to cope. Being raised in survival mode, watching my mama take a check and pay tithes and love God, but we ain't gon' pay the bills with the Bible though. My religion was the mission, and if it isn't love, then I find a new addition. The blind lead the blind till they find the truth is missing. But me, I was a realist, never was superstitious. Listen, what's the profit if these people gain the world and lose they soul? That's why I learned to stack it and lay low. It's war where I'm from, soldier boys hold Dracos. Halle Baby fuck around, give a boy a halo. I was more.
Hey man, I'm out like this, because if I keep listening to this, I'm gonna keep playing the whole thing. This boy is nice. He's real nice. So I gotta turn it off right now. I'm gonna turn it off right now. We will be back to do a deep dive on Reuben Vincent on his most recent project and his catalog and just where we see him going. Like I said, I want to do I think I'm gonna do it with my panel, some of my guests. But if not, your boy JC being here by himself, breaking it down, it's okay. I only need one mic. That's all it is. I don't need one mic. But I want to just share this with other people and get their opinions on it too, because I know how I feel about it, but I want to know how they feel about it too. But yeah, appreciate y'all tuning in. JC TV for the culture. Reuben Vincent, Queen City, Hornets. And everybody know, just don't be clear. I'm a Laker fan. Been a Laker fan since I was 5 years old. Magic Johnson and that 79, 80 Laker team. But being from the Carolinas, you all know, since 88, first professional team in the Carolinas, the iconic logo. And I've been every time I go to the game, I'm a season ticket holder. Every time I go to the game, I say I'm not buying nothing with that new logo on it. And y'all need to change it. They laugh at me every time I come in there with it, because you see people all over the world wearing this Hornet logo. It's iconic. and they need to go back to it. And them boys on fire right now. I mean, it's a Carolina thing. Yeah, I'm a Laker fan, but yeah, I rock with the Hornets too because that's our own team. But yeah, JCTV for the culture. Reuben Vincent, Charlotte Hornets. Them boys gonna hurt somebody's feelings in the playoffs. We'll holler at y'all on the next one.